You are being watched not by cameras, not by the government, but by the people around you. Every time you step out your door, you enter an arena, a silent, invisible battlefield where status is negotiated, power is assessed, and victims are selected. And the terrifying truth, you have been painting a target on your own back. You walk through the world thinking that transparency is a virtue. You think that being open book makes you trustworthy. You think that wearing your heart on your sleeve makes you human. Machiavelli would call you a fool. He warned us centuries ago. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. If you show the world everything, you leave yourself with nothing. No mystery, no defense, no leverage. Most people destroy their own reputation, not because they are bad people, but because they are loose, they leak. They spill their emotions, their plans, and their insecurities onto the pavement for anyone to trample. Today, we stop the bleeding. We are going to stitch up the wounds in your public persona. By the end of this, you will understand why silence is the loudest sound in the room, and how to move through a chaotic world like a ghost. Untouchable, unreadable, and undeniably powerful. But first, you have to admit that your need to be seen is exactly what is making you disappear. The ancient Stoics and the Renaissance strategists agreed on one thing. The mind must be a fortress, but a fortress with the gates wide open is just a ruin waiting to happen. We are going to cover the 9 specific behaviors that strip you of your power in public. Some of these you do every day. Some of them you think are actually good traits. They aren't, they are signals of submission. Mastering this isn't about becoming a sociopath. It's about becoming sovereign. It's about the difference between a king and a court jester. One commands attention by withholding. The other begs for attention by performing. But be warned, once you stop doing these 9 things, people will change how they treat you. They will stop pitying you. They will stop using you, and they might even start to fear you a little. If you are not ready for the isolation that comes with authority, turn this off. If you are ready to reclaim your privacy and your power, let's begin. 1. Never reveal your next move. The greatest drug in the modern world is not chemical. It is validation. And the quickest hit comes from announcing your plans before you execute them. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to the gym 5 days a week. I'm leaving him. You say these things to get the dopamine hit of the accomplishment without doing the work. But Machiavelli knew the tactical error here. When you reveal your intentions, you give your enemies and even your envious friends the map to sabotage you. The moment you speak a goal into existence, you dissipate the energy required to achieve it. You trick your brain into feeling satisfied, but worse, you alert the competition. Conceal your intentions, wrote Robert Greene, a student of Machiavelli. If people do not know what you are up to, they cannot prepare a defense. They cannot block you. Move in silence. Let your results be the noise. There is a terrifying power in the person who disappears for 6 months and returns with a new empire, a new physique, a new life. No announcements. No watch this space, just execution. When you broadcast your moves, you are asking for permission. You are asking for the tribe to nod and say, yes, that is good, stop asking. A lion does not roar before it stalks. It roars after the kill. If you want to be taken seriously, keep your mouth shut and your work ethic high. Let them speculate. Let them gossip about what you might be doing. Their imagination will always paint a picture far more impressive than your reality. The mystery of potential is your greatest asset. Do not squander it for a cheap round of applause at a dinner party. 2. Never complain about your problems. This is the most common weakness in human behavior. Complaining, I'm so tired. My boss is an idiot. The economy is rigged. Listen closely. Nobody cares. And the ones who do care are usually happy that you are suffering because it makes them feel better about their own mediocrity. When you complain in public, you are doing 2 things. First, you are admitting that you have lost control. You are signaling that you are a victim of circumstance, a leaf blowing in the wind. Leaders do not complain. They change the situation or they endure it. There is no third option. Second, you are burdening others with your negativity. You become an energy vampire. People may nod politely. They may offer a hollow "I'm sorry," but subconsciously they are repelled by you. They mark you as low status. Machiavelli observed that people are naturally repelled by misery. They are drawn to strength, to vitality, to success. If you walk around wearing your problems like a heavy coat, do not be surprised when people cross the street to avoid you. This doesn't mean you suppress your emotions until you explode. It means you choose your counsel wisely. Vent to a therapist. Vent to a trusted mentor. Do not vent to the public. Do not vent to your coworkers. To the world, you must appear to have it together. even if your life is burning down. Your public face should be cool, calm and collected. This is what the Italians call sprecherer, a studied carelessness, the art of making the difficult look easy. If you are suffering, suffer with dignity. There is a profound respect given to the man or woman who carries a heavy load without buckling and without screaming. Become the person who, when asked, "How are things?" simply smiles and says, "Moving forward." 3. Never lose your temper. Anger is an emotion. Aggression is a tool. There is a difference when you lose your temper in public. Screaming at a waiter, snapping at a partner, engaging in road rage, you are not showing strength. You are showing that you are easily manipulated. If a stranger can hijack your nervous system and turn you into a screaming child just by cutting you off in traffic, you are not free. You are a slave to your impulses. Machiavelli advised that a prince should be feared, yes, but never hated, and nothing generates contempt faster than a lack of emotional regulation. A man who cannot control himself cannot control a kingdom. When you explode, you reveal your triggers. You show the world exactly where your buttons are. A smart enemy will file that information away and use it to destroy you later. They will know exactly what to say to make you look unhinged, irrational, and dangerous. Silence is always more intimidating than screaming. Imagine a boss who screams when he is angry. Now imagine a boss who goes deadly quiet, who stares, who speaks in a whisper. Which one is more terrifying? The screamer is a clown. The quiet one is a predator. Cultivate the icy stare. Cultivate the pause. When you feel the fire of rage rising in your chest, that is the exact moment to freeze. Do not speak. Do not act. Let the other person sit in the awkwardness of your silence. They will expect a fight. When you deny them the fight, they are left fighting themselves. They look foolish. You look untouchable. Master your nervous system, or the world will master it for you. 4. Never apologize when it isn't necessary. We live in a culture of apology. We apologize for taking up space. We apologize for asking a question. We apologize for having an opinion. Sorry to bother you, I'm sorry, but I think stop it. An apology is an admission of guilt. It is a submission signal. When you apologize for things that are not your fault or for simply existing, you are lowering your status in the hierarchy. You are telling the world, I am beneath you. Please forgive me for being here. Machiavelli knew that a leader must appear infallible. While you are human and will make mistakes, you must reserve your apologies for when you have truly wronged someone. If you are late, do not say, sorry, I'm late. Say, thank you for waiting. If you have a differing opinion, do not say, sorry to disagree. Say, I see it differently. Do you feel the shift? The first is a plea for forgiveness. The second is a statement of reality. Over-apologizing makes you look weak, unsure and insecure. It invites predation. People begin to feel that they can blame you for things because you are so ready to accept the blame. Save your apologies for when they mean something. When you have truly broken a promise or caused harm, apologize once sincerely and fix it. Never repeat it, but for the day-to-day friction of life. Stand your ground, occupy your space. You do not need permission to exist. 5. Never reveal your financial situation. High or low, money is the most sensitive nerve in the human body. If you show that you are poor, the world will treat you with pity or invisibility. Poverty in the eyes of the Machiavellian world is a sin. It implies a lack of capability, a lack of favor. People distance themselves from failure because they fear it is contagious. If you show that you are rich, you invite envy, and envy is the most dangerous emotion of all. It is the emotion that makes a friend hold a knife behind their back. There is no vice that so covers a man with shame as to be found wanting, but there is no danger greater than outshining the master. If you flash your wealth, the watches, the cars, the receipts, you are not impressing people. You are humiliating them. You are reminding them of what they do not have. And eventually, they will hate you for it. They will try to take it from you either through theft, lawsuits, or social destruction. True wealth whispers, it is found in the quality of the fabric, not the size of the logo. Keep your finances a black box. Let them guess if you are struggling. Look clean, sharp, and organized. Do not look poor. Look like you are in a temporary tactical retreat. If you are winning, look comfortable. Do not look like a lottery winner. The goal is to be financially ambiguous. You want people to assume you are doing well, but never know exactly how well. This protects you from the parasites who want a loan and the predators who want your spot. Your bank account is a weapon. Keep it holstered until you need to use it. 6. Never gossip or talk badly about others. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people. Gossip is the currency of the weak. It is a bonding mechanism for people who have nothing of value to offer. When you gossip, you may feel like you are building a connection with the listener, but you are actually destroying your own reputation. Think about it. When someone comes to you and spills the secrets of a mutual friend, what is your immediate thought? If they are talking to me about them, they will talk to them about me. You immediately distrust the gossiper. Machiavelli warned that a prince must avoid being hated or despised. Being a busybody, a spreader of rumors makes you despised. It makes you look petty, bored, and malicious. Furthermore, information is power. When you gossip, you are giving away information for free. You are leaking leverage. A strategic mind listens to gossip but never contributes to it. Be the black hole of information. Let people tell you everything. Nod, listen, gather the data, and then say nothing. This makes you terrifyingly powerful. People will know that you know their secrets, but they will not know if you have told anyone. That uncertainty man should be. Gives you control over them. Never speak ill of your enemies in public. It makes you look obsessed and bitter. If you must destroy an enemy, do it through action, not through words. Do it so silently that they don't even know it was you. To speak bad words is to show that they have hurt you. To speak nothing is to show that they are beneath your notice. 7. Never explain your philosophy. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. B1. Marcus Aurelius. There is a tendency, especially when we are working on ourselves, to want to preach. We find a new diet, a new religion, a new political stance, or a new philosophy like Stoicism or Machiavellianism. And we want to tell everyone at the dinner table. We want to convert them. We want to prove we are right. Do not do this. First, it is annoying. Nobody wants to be lectured. Second, and more importantly, it makes you a hypocrite. The moment you announce your moral code, I never lie. I always wake up at 5 a.m. I am a vegan. The world will watch you like a hawk waiting for you to slip, and you will slip. And when you do, they will point and laugh and call you a fraud. By verbalizing your standards, you create a trap for yourself. You give people a yardstick to beat you with. Machiavelli advises to appear religious, faithful and humane, but to be flexible in reality. If you rigidly announce your code, you lose your flexibility. Live your philosophy. Embody it. Let people ask, why are you so calm? Why are you so disciplined? Then and only then do you give them a glimpse. Your actions should be so loud that your words are unnecessary. The strongest argument for your way of life is your life itself, not your explanation of it. 8. Never seek approval or validation. This is the root of all the other sins. The deep knowing hunger to be told good boy, good girl. We are trained from childhood to seek the approval of authority figures. Parents, teachers, bosses, gods. We perform tricks for treats. But if you want to be a sovereign adult, you must kill this instinct. When you seek approval in public by fishing for compliments, by checking to see if people are laughing at your jokes, by changing your opinion to match the group, you are handing over your leash. You are saying, my self-worth is in your hands. Please be gentle. Machiavelli knew that the prince must be self-contained. He listens to advisors, yes, but the final decision is his alone. He does not look to the court for permission. When you stop trying to impress people, a strange thing happens. They start trying to impress you. Validation is a dynamic of high status and low status. The person engaging in the behavior is low status. The person judging the behavior is high status. When you ask for approval, you are permanently assigning yourself the lower rank. The only validation that matters is the reflection in the mirror. Did you stick to your code? Did you execute your plan? Did you control your mind? If the answer is yes, the applause of the crowd is irrelevant. If the answer is no, the applause of the crowd is a lie. Become immune to praise and criticism alike. They are two sides of the same coin. Manipulation. If you can be lifted by a compliment, you can be destroyed by an insult. Reject both. 9. Never reveal your vulnerability or shadow. Modern psychology tells you to be vulnerable, to share your trauma, to cry in public. They call it bravery. Machiavelli would call it suicide. There is a time and place for vulnerability. It is in the private sanctuary of your home, with people who have earned the right to see your soul. It is not on social media. It is not in the boardroom. It is not on a first date. The world is not a therapy session. It is a hierarchy. When you bleed in the water, the sharks do not feel empathy. They feel hunger. If you reveal your deepest insecurities, your past traumas, and your darkest fears to the public, you are handing them the blueprint to dismantle you. You are telling them exactly what hurts. I have abandonment issues. I'm insecure about my intelligence. You think you are bonding. The Machiavellian observer hears. If I want to control him, I just need to threaten to leave. If I want to hurt her, I just need to make her feel stupid. You must integrate your shadow. Yes, you must face your demons. Yes, but you do this in the dark. You do this in the forge of your own spirit. When you step out into the light, you wear the armor. This is not about being fake. It is about being protected. The king does not walk among the peasants naked. He wears the crown and the cloak not because he is better, but because he represents order. If you want to lead, if you want to be respected, you must appear to be whole. You cannot lead others out of the storm. If you are drowning in your own puddle, keep your wounds covered until they have become scars. Then you can show the scar as a lesson, not the wound as a plea for help. If you stop doing these 9 things, you will feel a vacuum form around you. You will speak less, you will complain less, you will explain less at first. People will ask, is everything okay? You're so quiet, they will prod you. They will try to provoke you to get the old, reactive, and secure you back. They liked the old you because the old you was easy to read and easy to control. Hold the line in that silence, in that absence of validation seeking. You are building gravity. You are becoming a black hole of power. By removing these behaviors, you remove the handles that the world uses to grab you. You become smooth, untouchable. You begin to observe more because you aren't busy performing. There are rules you're taught. Then there are rules Machiavelli would never say out loud. The ones that separate power from weakness, dominance from exposure. Most people think power is something you show. But Machiavelli knew the truth. Real power is in what you withhold. Especially in public, because in public, you're being watched not just by people, but by opportunity, by reputation, and by those waiting for you to slip. You don't rise by being impressive in public. You rise by being impeccable. And there are 9 behaviors, subtle, emotional, human, that will quietly destroy your presence, your mystique, your control, if you dare reveal them. Never complain in public. You might think it makes you relatable, but in the eyes of the powerful, it does the opposite. Machiavelli understood. When you complain in public, you signal 2 fatal weaknesses. You don't have control, and you expect sympathy. Both are poison. Power attracts those who can endure pain without broadcasting it. The moment you share your frustration publicly, you create a new identity, not a threat, not a mystery, but a person who needs something, and the world begins to treat you accordingly. Stay silent, endure privately. Let them wonder how you never flinch. Never reveal your insecurity. In private, maybe with someone you trust. Maybe, but never in public, because what people see you admit. They begin to believe, even if it isn't true. Say, I'm not good at this enough times, and soon no one will trust you to be. Say, I struggle with confidence, and people will lower their expectations of you permanently. Machiavelli knew appearances shape truth, and nothing kills authority faster than volunteering weakness. So even when you're unsure, hold your frame. Let your internal uncertainty be invisible behind perfect posture. That's what unnerves them, not what you say, but what you refuse to reveal. Never boast about your plans. You've seen them, people in public, talking loudly about their next big thing. Machiavelli would smile at them, and then use their ambition against them. Because when you speak your plans in public, 2 things happen. People feel no urgency to support you. You're already doing well, right? And others now have a map to sabotage you before you even start. Announce nothing. Let your success surprise them. Move quietly until your results are undeniable. And when people ask, shrug, smile. Offer nothing, because power is best accumulated when no one sees it coming. Never take public sides in petty conflicts. You think standing up for someone makes you loyal in private. Yes, in public it makes you predictable. Machiavelli warned rulers, never become involved in the quarrels of others unless you stand to gain from the outcome. When you jump into a dispute, you gain an enemy without necessity. You create alliances based on emotion, not strategy, and most dangerously, you reveal your values before you have power to enforce them. Let others expose themselves. Let them fight. You observe, you remember. You position. Public neutrality is not cowardice. It's the preservation of future dominance. Never show hunger for attention. There is no greater stench in public than desperation. Whether it's laughter you force, validation you chase, or approval you seek. Once people sense you need it, they own you. Machiavelli believed that the more you need others, the less they value you, especially when the need is psychological. When you walk into a room and try to be liked, you become replaceable. But when you enter with composure, calm and disinterest, you create a presence they can't define. And what they can't define, they can't dismiss. Want influence, want power? Then be the one who doesn't need the room. Let them come to you, Never break under pressure even slightly. Public moments of stress, arguments, disagreements, accusations, these are tests. And most people fail not because they explode, but because they leak. Their voice tightens, their expression flinches, their stance weakens. The audience picks up on this instantly, even subconsciously, and in that moment, your myth cracks. Machiavelli would never show pressure. He'd absorb it like armor absorbs arrows. Even when boiling inside, you maintain stillness outside. Not robotic, controlled. Because once people see that nothing ruffles you, you become a psychological landmark, a figure they adjust themselves around. Never publicly over-explain yourself. This is the sin of those who feel they must justify every move. You say something controversial. You get a reaction, you panic. You go on a rant, clarifying, softening, defending, and in that moment, you lose the frame you can finally see. You see the strings on everyone else. You see their insecurities, their lies, their desperate need for approval. And once you see the game, you can no longer be played by it. Machiavelli didn't teach these things to make you evil. He taught them to make you effective. He wanted you to survive the court of snakes. The world is noisy. Everyone is screaming. Look at me, validate me, pity me. Be the one who stands still. Be the one who watches. Be the one who keeps their cards close to their chest. But this brings us to a dangerous realization. Once you seal up the leaks in your public persona, once you stop giving the world access to your mind, you are going to be left alone with your thoughts. And for most people, that is terrifying because when the noise stops, the internal voices start. You have learned how to shield yourself from the outside world. But how do you shield yourself from the enemy within? How do you rule the kingdom of your own mind when the gates are closed, and it's just you in the throne room? That is the true battle, and that is what we must explore next. Subscribe because a fortress is useless if the king is mad. Connect with channel more updates.